Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 17th of July. So let's just have a look at, we'll look at the euro dollar first, then we'll have a run through these other markets. So, good morning to those that just joined in the trading room, by the way, sorry. Right, here we go, carrying on. So we've got a bearish pivot swing sitting there on the euro dollar here at the moment. Now we could see a continuation of this to the downside. I mean, the whole picture looks quite bearish at the moment. No divergences yet at the lows because it hasn't quite made a double bottom or anything, so we could see a bit of a continuation. Looking at this movement on the 4 hour, it did get a bit oversold yesterday, but it was from a weaker, an expansive move, so we could, as I say, could see this just continue pitching out, maybe down to the weekly S2 there. And if you look at the hourly here, it's bear flag, and again it's just sort of breaking down from that at the moment. Now we could just get a repeat. S1, 60 minute S1 is not a 60 minute daily S1 is at 1187, which is not a million miles away. It may be just post 8 o'clock. We may just get a little pullback. If we do, it may give an opportunity to sell. Now there is the untouched daily pivot above, which we need to be a bit wary of. And if the pullback post 8 o'clock, if there is one, it might just run back into that, which may give a better give it a sell point. But yesterday we just couldn't. I personally just couldn't get into the euro. It was just selling and selling. It just rolled over from that around about the 730 candle, rolled over on the 30-minute chart. Anyway, a bit too early. The 8 moved and couldn't get into it. So let's have a look elsewhere then. Pound dollar. Well, pounds sold off, broken the prior lows there. You started looking right the way back to find out, well, where's the next level of support? Well, it's broken the near-term support. You're going to have to go right back to a monthly chart almost to find some support on this these levels here, and we could be going back to Brexit voting days, and right away back there to 1977, somewhere in that region. I'm not talking about going back to the year 1977, by the way, although it was a pretty good year for me, but must have been just about born then. Yeah, about 2016, 2017, that sort of level, those sort of levels may be the next stage in this pound's move. So let's come out, look at where it is elsewhere. May eventually get some support off its S3 pivots on the weeklies there. They can be quite useful in support at times, but it may also become almost like a target. Again, just selling off a little bit too early for me at the moment. May get a pullback, but it's very similar to the euro there in terms of price action. If it pulls back far enough, maybe that daily pivot, but I get the feeling if we were lucky to get back to the 60-minute 21, didn't manage to do anything like that yesterday, or even the 30-minute 21. Okay, that's the pound yen. Dollar yen taking a bit of a bounce off its monthly pivot. I was looking to see if it broke the monthly pivot to be on the short side of it. It had its moments yesterday, but it's slow where we're sitting at the moment. And what we got here really, if it breaks through the 4 hourly 200, maybe we've got some more upside, but at the moment the dollar seems to have all these markets pretty much sewn up. And well, 60-minute on there again, well, it's got some potential support in the 34 and 50 there. Really, if it's can break those, which are now upward facing, if it can break those levels, we could play it back to the monthly pivot, but it may be a more aggressive trade in before that, but it doesn't look great at the moment in this direction. Aussie dollar Aussie dollar, well, that's bearish engulfing yesterday on the dailies, rolling over as it sits at the moment. It's still got the weekly pivot below, and that could be a target if you're looking for the downside. Has got a sort of a bullish flag at the moment on this 4-hourly picture. Just bear that in mind. If it starts rallying, it could at least push up towards the bodies there, back into make like a triple top. But at the moment it looks soft. Again, it's selling sort of pre 8 o'clock here, and may have further downside. And I'm going to go from the Aussie dollar straight to Mr. CAD for a minute, come on to the New Zealand dollar, which it too is just about sitting here looking like it's going to roll over. If you wanted an early morning trade, it's again bearish movement, shooting starish pattern there yesterday. Looking like it could roll back, and again it's got a weekly pivot there at 66.52 for a bigger move, but aside of that, the S1 sits there at 85, so there's a couple of targets there potentially for this to roll over, and it's almost going now. New Zealand dollar. But coming back to the CAD, and well, it's showing a little bit of signs of strength here at the moment, and it's one of the stronger pairs in general. It did soften up a little bit yesterday, but only after it ran down and hit its S1. At the moment, bull flag territory could push back up there. My preference is to steer away from that, but although it could again run back towards its prior highs there, so there's the potential. We'll just run through another pair here. I'm just going to show you on the 60-minute time frame. It's just triggered. Is the New Zealand dollar CAD. The CAD has been a sort of stronger pair against a lot of the markets there, and it may have potential here. Again, one of our traders, Dave O, called this yesterday on a short position, came down nicely for the daily pivot. This could come back down towards that S1 area this morning. So there's the New Zealand dollar or the New Zealand CAD. They've both got some potential here on the downside. So that's it. News wise today, inflation, consumer price index sitting there at 9:30 for the UK. Important data, expected to come at the target at 2%. And CAD, it's got its inflation, the consumer price index as well, expect to come in at -0.3%. There's a difference, isn't there? So cheap if you live in Canada, of course. So there we go. That's it for the day. Have a great one. Bye for now.